Hello students. So today in this video, we're going to be discussing our CSAT 2025 paper, and we'll be seeing all the questions from quantitative aptitude to logical reasoning to reading comprehension. We'll be following set A. So you please align your set accordingly. I'll be following set A for this particular video. Also guys, with respect to how the paper was, how I felt with respect to the paper, was it difficult, was it lengthy, was it too and all these questions I'll be answering you now. The first thing, when it comes to quantitative aptitude section, for the CSAT paper, I will say this section was tough. Whatever people are saying, let them say this section was tough. Okay. In the exam situation, giving your first GS paper, then giving your this 2 hour CSAT paper, this paper was tough. Plain and simple. Paper was lengthy. Paper was not direct. Paper required a certain level of analytical skills. So that makes this paper a little difficult and tough. With respect to your 2023, I will say, if not more, at least on the same level it was. Okay. And definitely with respect to 2024, this was more difficult. Okay. This is for sure it is. Now let's see how we'll be doing, and let's start with the questions. Directly, let's start with question number 1. It is with respect to the passage. Passage is talking about an ecosystem. Let me read that passage for you. It says, maintaining an ecosystem just to conserve biodiversity will affect its commercial potential as well as the livelihoods dependent on the ecosystem. There is also a conflict between using an ecosystem only for livelihoods, for commercial exploitation, or strictly for conservation. Deforestation caused due to commercial exploitation will lead to indirect harm like floods, siltation problems, and microclimatic instability apart from an adversely affecting livelihoods dependent on forests. These conflicts are particularly acute in developing countries where the dependence of people on the ecosystem is significant and commercial exploitation has the potential to boost national income. Let me read these options for you and see what is the correct answer. Which of the following statement best reflects the critical message conveyed by the author of the passage? Conservation of biodiversity is not an issue to be worried about when some people depend on ecosystems for their livelihood. This is not what they are saying, not to be worried about. Commercial exploitation of forest goes against the fundamental rights of the people dependent on forest for food and shelter. I don't know. Sustenance of livelihood and degradation of ecosystem while being together exacerbate one another, leading to conflicts and imbalance. Maybe exactly this is what we are talking about in the passage. Commercial exploitation of ecosystem should be completely stopped. We cannot stop anything completely. I will be confused between B and C. A and D are definitely not correct. If I was a student giving this paper, I would have been confused with option B and C. So with whatever limited knowledge I have, I will be saying option C is a better alternative or a better answer. That is, sustenance of livelihood and degradation of ecosystem while being together exacerbate one another, leading to conflicts and imbalance. Definitely. Okay. Now let me see question number 2. Guys, there is also one more thing I would like to clarify in the beginning itself. Reading comprehension, there is a little ambiguity that is present. That means I told you correct answer is option C. Maybe in the UPSC answer key you will see B, and they will have a different explanation for that as well. So RC's, if I am telling you 30 answers, 25 or more would be correct, 3-4 can be incorrect. That ambiguity will be there. Okay, but with respect to quantitative aptitude, if I am telling you this is short answer, that is the correct answer. Okay. Now, with reference to the same passage that we have just read, the following assumptions have been made. No country needs to depend on ecosystems to boost national income. Resource-rich countries need to share the resources with those of scant resources so as to prevent the degradation of ecosystems. See, nothing has been talked about in above. Needs to depend on ecosystem. Wrong. Resource-rich countries need to share the resources with scant resources. No. That means option D, neither one nor two is correct. Clear? Moving on to passage number 2. Guys, I think passage is something that you can read directly. Let us jump to the question. It says, which one of the following statement best reflects the central idea of the passage? Economies of scale is essential for transition to green growth. Maybe, may not. Modern technological progress is intensely linked to path-dependent innovations. Countries with large economies are in better position to adopt green technologies. Timing plays a crucial role in the case of green technology development. See, this is the correct answer, option D. Why I am telling you this is correct? See, the firm's green innovation is path dependent. The more a firm does, the more it is likely to feature. The stronger evidence for this is the collapse in the price of solar energy, and which became about 90% cheaper during the 2010, repeatedly beating forecasts. Moving early and gradually giving economies more time to adjust, allowing them to reap the benefits of part dependent without much disruption. A late, more chaotic transition is costly. So that means timing is everything. That is what this is saying. Same passage with reference to the above passage, following assumptions have been made. Path dependent green investment will eventually most likely benefit growth as well as public finances in a country like India. Path dependent green investments. Second, if other green technology follow the same pattern as that of solar energy, there will most likely be an easy green transition. I think both are definitely what they are trying to say. C is the correct answer. Correct answer is C. Now let's move on to question number 5. It says a natural number n is such that it can be expressed as n is equal to p plus q plus r, where p, q and r are distinct factors of n. How many numbers below 50 have this property? See, let me just take this thing. 1. Number of factors of 1 is only 1. 2. 1 and 2. It says distinct factors. It doesn't say only factors. First thing you have to be very clear with. It is not mentioning they are the only factors, P plus Q plus R. There can be more factors. Number 3 factors are 1 and 3. 4 factors are 1, 2 and 4. Can I write any of these numbers as 1 plus 2? Sum of factors? No. 5 is 1 and 5. 6 is 1, 2, 3, 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. I can express this as a sum of factors. 1 plus 2 plus 3. Now, if you will see, 6 and its multiples follow this property. That means 12. Factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. 6, 4 and 2. 2 plus 4 plus 6 is 12. 18. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 18. 9, 6, 3, 24. 30, 36, 42, 48. That means 8 numbers are having this property. The correct answer is option C, my student. Clear? 100% correct answer, option C. 3 prime numbers P, Q and R, each less than 20, are such that P minus Q is equal to Q minus R. How many distinct possible values we can get for P plus Q plus R? Let me write all the prime numbers less than 20 first. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. Correct? First pair is 19, 13, minus 6, minus 6, 7. All three are prime numbers. Second is 19, 11, 3. 19 minus 8, 11, 11 minus 8, 3. All three prime numbers. 17, 11, 5. 17 minus 6, 11, 11 minus 6, 5. Fourth would be 11, 7, 11 minus 4, 7, 7 minus 4, 3. Last would be 7, 5, 3. 7 minus 5 is equal to 5 minus 3. So these are the 5 numbers that I have, but correct answer is not 5. I'll tell you why. 19 plus 13 is 29, 32, 39, 33, 33, 21, 15. It says distinct values of P plus Q plus R. That is distinct values. 1 value, 2 value, this is same. 3 values, 4 value. That means 4 distinct values. That is why correct answer is option A. Which is the correct answer, students? Option A. Next. How many possible values of P plus Q plus R are there satisfying 1 by P plus 1 by Q plus 1 by R is equal to 1, where P, Q and R are natural numbers and which are not necessarily distinct. This is something we have to find. See, P 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 is equal to 1. If you take it in percentages term, 33% plus 33% plus 33% is equal to 1. 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2. 25 plus 25 plus 50. 1 by 6, 33, 16, 1 by 3 plus 1 by 2. 50, 33 and 16.6, 100. So 3 cases I can make. So C is the correct answer. Done. Next. What comes at X and Y respectively in the following sequence? This is a very straightforward question, guys. January to January, it is 0. January to December, -1. December to October, -2. Then October to something would be -3. October is 10. 10 minus 3, 7. 7 is July. July to March would be -4. 7 minus 4, 3. Correct. Then it should be 3 minus 5. That is -2. That is 12 minus 2, 10. 10 minus 6, 4. That is April. The correct answer is July and April, which is option number B. Which is the correct answer, guys? Option B. Clear? Question number 9, very easy, straightforward. It says Team X scored a total of n runs in 20 overs. Team Y tied the score in 10% less overs. For example, Team X scored the runs in 20 overs. Correct? Team Y scored the runs in 18 overs. Had Team Y's average run rate been 15% higher, the scores would have been tied in 12 overs. How many runs were scored by Team X? See, if we are increasing the runs by 50%, that is 1 by 2 we are increasing. It has to be decreased by 1 by 3. So 18 overs decreased by 1 by 3, that would be 12 overs. So that is simple percentage rule that we are following. So that means with respect to this information, it can be any of these things, all will satisfy. It is not important that only these three. This will also satisfy. Anything would satisfy. Why? because simple percentage rule. Increasing it by 50, decreasing it by 33.3. I'll show it to you. 72 runs if they are scored. They are scoring in 18 overs. That means 4 runs per over. Now in 18 overs. Now they are increasing it to 6. They will score it in 12 overs. Correct. Now instead of 72, they are doing 144. They will score 8 runs. Now 12 runs. 8 into 18, 144. 12 into 12, 144. So can I say which one is correct? No. That means cannot be determined. I cannot say which is the correct answer because the universal rule, it can be any of the runs. I need some more information for that to answer. Question number 10, a classic question of chain rule. It says, price of a commodity is first increased by k percent, then decreased by k percent, again increased by k percent, again decreased by k percent. If the new price is Q, what is the relation between P and Q? Let the price be P, guys. Just 1 second. Price is P. If I am increasing the price by k percent, that means 100 plus k by 100, decreasing it by k, again increasing it by k, again decreasing it by k, is equal to Q. Correct? This is equal to Q. Now, let me take all these 100 in denominator out. Correct? 100 plus k, 100 minus k, 100 plus k, 100 minus k is equal to Q. A plus B, A minus B, that is A square minus B square. P upon 10 to the power 8, 100 square minus k square, 100 square minus k square is equal to Q. This 10 will go and multiply, that is price. This is square of square, so that is 100. 100 I can write as 10 to the power 4 minus k square whole square is equal to Q into 10 to the power 8. Yes, see your option A. E into 10 to the power 4 minus k square whole raised to power 2 is equal to Q into 10 raised to power 8. Clear? Now coming to question number 11. Just a second. Yes. Which of the following statement best reflects the most logical, rational, and pragmatic message conveyed by the author of the passage? Option A, mitigation and adaptation strategies to tackle the climate change is essentially the responsibility of each state. India is too diverse to implement any effective strategy or program to tackle the climate change. This is absurd. Option B is definitely wrong. It is basically the responsibility of the union government to implement climate action plans and ensure net zero emissions. Wrong. Look at option D. India needs to formulate effective climate change mitigation and adaptation strategies at the state regional level. Absolutely correct. So 11th question, option D is correct. Next. Question number 12. Which of the following assumptions are valid? Green energy production can be linked to integrated with the climate change mitigation and adaptation strategies. Yes. Effects of climate change are much more severe in coastal and mountainous regions. That is also correct. So that means C is the correct answer. Okay. Next. Question number 13. Which one of the following statement best reflects the critical message conveyed by the passage? India's political executive should be aware that poverty and social inequality and the consequent sense of insecurity is the main social problem. In India, poverty is the primary reason for social inequality and insecurity. This is wrong. Option B is definitely incorrect. Poverty and social inequality are so intricately linked that they pose an unmanageable crisis. This is actually what is being said. I'll keep this as an option. B is definitely incorrect at the moment. Insecurity more than poverty is the main economic issue. This is wrong. Now see, with respect to option A and C, India's political executive should be aware that poverty and social inequality are, and the consequent sense of insecurity is the main social problem. Poverty and social inequality are so intricately linked that they pose an unmanageable crisis in India. Unmanageable crisis for India. This is wrong. Option A is correct. More correct, basically. With reference to the above passage, following assumptions have been made. People above the poverty line also are prone to suffer from anxiety about economic insecurity. Eradication of poverty can result in peace and social equality in the country. This is definitely incorrect. People above the poverty line are also prone to suffer. Bilkul, absolutely correct. So option A is correct. Next, question number 15, talking about a cube. A solid cube is painted yellow on all its faces. The cube is then cut into 60 smaller but equal pieces by making the minimum number of cuts. Which one of the following statements is or are correct? The minimum number of cuts is 9. See, if I have to make a cube of 60 pieces, if I have 9 cuts, if I divide them equally, 3 by 3 by 3, then total faces each side would be 4 by 4 by 4. That would be 64 cubes. But if I change this a little, 4 into 3 into 2 cuts, if I do, just increase one. So the faces, number of cubes would be 5 into 4 into 3. 5 4s are 20, 23s are 60. Yes. I am getting 60 cubes by making 90 cuts, by making 9 cuts. So statement 1 definitely correct. Now I got that the cube would be of 5 by 4 by 3. If I draw a top view, okay, see, these all would be painted yellow. Only these 3 cubes. These. These 6 cubes of the row below it would be not colored from any of the sides. That means 6 cubes are there which are not painted in any of the faces. So correct answer would be option C. What will be the correct answer? Option C will be the correct answer. Next, question number 16, very easy, talking about Pythagoras triplets. 7 square plus 24 square is equal to 25 square. 12 square plus 16 square, 20 square. 16 square, 63 square, 65 square. Option C. For question number 17, talking directly about percentages. Increasing anything by 10%. So we have to decrease it by 1 by 11. 2200 kilometer it rides. So 2200 into 1 by 11, 200. That means it has to reduce by 200. So 200, it is asked by how many kilometers should he reduce its travel? Option B, 200 kilometers. That a 4-digit number n is such that when divided by 3569 leaves a remainder of 1347. What is the smallest value of such number n? See, first thing, 3 and 1 difference, 5 and 3 difference, 6 and 4 difference, 9 and 7 difference, all 2. Correct? So, what we're going to do here is find the LCM of 3, 5, 6, 9. 3, 1, 5, 2, 3. 5 to the 10, 30. 33 is a 90. LCM is 90. Now see, smallest 4-digit number would be 900, 990, 1080. That is the smallest 4-digit number divisible by 3569. Now I need all these different remainders, so I'll subtract 2. 1078. The correct answer would be option C. 1078 is the correct answer. What is the correct answer, guys? 1078. Question number 19. If A is less than or equal to B, B is greater than C, C is less than D, D is greater than E, E is greater than F, F is greater than or equal to G, G is equal to H. B is always greater than E. Relationship between B and E is asked. B and E. Times reverse. That means cannot be found. Relationship between S and V, S and V equal to, less than, equal to, equal to. So S is less than or equal to V. S is less than or equal to V. Correct? So this is incorrect. That means which of the are correct? D. None of them are correct. Clear? Next. What is the unit digit in the multiplication of these numbers? We have to find the unit digit in the multiplication of these numbers. 1 into 3, 5 into 7 into 9, 999. 5. All are odd numbers. Odd into odd is equal to odd. 5 into odd is equal to unit digit 5. The unit digit of this expression would be 5. See. Done. Coming back to the passages again. Till here it's clear. I hope there is no doubt with respect to this. Clear?